Today's video tip of the day is yet another tip on flies. Today I'm going to be talking about doing cable flies. Now, one issue with doing dumbbell flies is the fact that as you bring the dumbbells up and together, you start losing resistance right around this halfway mark. The higher you go, the less resistance the weight is providing because you are only fighting gravity with free weight. So the only resistance is basically up and down. So if you're coming more horizontal, you don't have any real resistance there. Now, I showed you guys in yesterday's tip of the day how to place more focus on the inner chest even with dumbbells. However, like I said, it's still not ideal as far as the resistance you're getting in that top position. So what do? Well, you use cables. Cables provide continuous tension throughout the entire range of motion. That's going to allow you to focus more on those inner pec muscle fibers as you come to the top position and bring the hands together. And using cables will also allow you to even cross your hands to increase that range of motion and the utilization of those inner pec muscle fibers. So it's pretty simple. All you need is a cable crossover station. You place the pulleys in the lowest position. And then it's very similar to doing flies with dumbbells, just that your resistance is from cables. So you can start hands over your chest in the top position, and then slowly bring your arms down, full stretch, and back up. Now notice, I'm also using my open grip here. I'm not squeezing onto the handles and using my arms to pull this way. No, you want to focus on using the pecs. Those should be the primary movers. So in yesterday's video, I taught you guys how to use a loose grip, which is going to help you focus on initiating that movement with the pecs. And then you'll feel the difference here, especially in the top position, as you bring the handles together, that resistance, and you'll feel that burn in the inner pecs. Big difference from dumbbells. If you do it properly and really focus on using the pec muscles properly. The other thing you can do is at the top, instead of stopping here, you can actually cross your hands in the top position. Gives a little more range of motion to really help you focus on hitting those inner pec muscle fibers. I would use both versions. And then another thing you can do is if your weak area is the inner chest, you really want to focus on bringing up the inner chest. One trick you can do with cable flies is do your set. Then when you reach failure, do a shortened range of motion where you're just coming from hands about shoulder width apart to together. So after you reach failure through the full range of motion, just do those little sort of pulse reps, if you will, shortened range of motion, focusing on hitting those inner pecs. It's a great way to burn out that inner pec muscle fibers, really fatigue them and instigate some muscle growth on an area that might be a weak area for you. Now, I'm demonstrating this on a flat bench. Obviously, you can change the incline, a little bit of incline to hit more of the upper pec, inner upper pec focus, or you can even do more of a decline to focus on more of the lower pec inner area there. Whatever your weak areas, if it's just the middle area and your chest responds well to flat flies, try cable flat flies. If you need to bring up a little more of the upper inner pecs, bring the incline up a bit, but not really too much. Somewhere under 45 degrees tends to be ideal. Now, where do you put this exercise in your workout? Well, typically when you design a workout program, you put the heavy moves like bench press, dumbbell presses for chest first while you're strongest. Then you finish off with these sort of isolation exercises, we call them these single joint moves like flies, where, now that we're fatigued, we don't care about how much weight we're using. It's more about reps and feeling the muscles work. You typically tend to do these towards the end of the workout. However, those of you who are familiar with pre-exhaust can work really well in this instance. If your inner chest area is weak and you really want to bring that up, you can pre-exhaust by doing these first. Or you can even pre-exhaust by doing these superset with dumbbell bench press as well. Give that a try, just a little trick to help really focus on those inner pecs early in the workout while they're fresh, not fatigued. You can really place more focus on that area that you want to pick up. I'm not saying you should always do pre-exhaust, but consider throwing that in either from time to time or even trying it for a few weeks and going back to the standard method where you're doing your heavy moves first, followed by your single joint movements. And rep ranges, guys, as always, vary your rep ranges. Please periodize. It's the best way to get results. Go very light, especially when you're learning this exercise. Like I said, teach your nervous system how to do the exercise properly by using higher reps. More reps allows you to get better at doing that exercise. Better form, better focus. Once you're accustomed to doing the exercise and you feel confident, then you can start playing around with the weight and the rep ranges. Going, like I said, down to, as I always say, 3 to 5 rep range. Nothing wrong with single joint exercises in the 3 to 5 rep range, as long as you're not compromising your form and it's not going to lead to an injury. There's an old saying that goes, train smarter, not harder. Actually, that's wrong. My saying is train smarter and train harder. Both are essential. Train smart, train hard, guys, and as always, stay Gym Army strong.